Hello Kotliners! Today I would like to tell you a few words about Kotlin Duration API, which is a small piece of art made by Kotlin standard library creators. Duration is a standard way to express duration in Kotlin programs. And the standard way to express duration is by using the following syntax. Here, days, minutes, seconds are an extension properties on an int. This is how it looks like under the hood. So it's an extension property on an int, on long, on double. They are all located in duration companion object. That's why they must be static imported. Though when you just use a suggestion like milliseconds, Kotlin, IntelliJ or Android Studio should automatically inject appropriate static import. Without this static import, this doesn't work, which is what we want. We don't want to confuse duration from Kotlin standard library from maybe once defined somewhere else. So this static import is a feature, not a bug. This syntax might look counterintuitive. It might look like something that extension properties weren't designed for. And if you think so, you're right. However, in modern days, it is a very popular syntax, very popular idiom used in many places, in many DSLs. Also in Android, we use similar extension properties to express unit of measure like dp, sp, and it already is considered an idiomatic usage of extension property. So if you want to express, let's say 10 days, you just say 10 days or 10 minutes. But what if you want to create a more complex duration? You can do that by adding two durations together. For duration, we have a plus operator supported. It works because duration class defines an operator plus. So this plus under the hood translates to the call of this plus function, which aggregates two durations and creates a new one. And this is very intuitive. Duration is nothing else but a number expressed in milliseconds or nanoseconds. And adding two such values together is very intuitive. We can also subtract a duration with minus. Now the same rule apply to subtraction. This syntax is rarely useful. However, it can be you can find it useful when you, for instance, want to express let's say 1 day minus 1 millisecond. So we sometimes want to do something as only slightly smaller than a specific duration. I found it especially useful in unit tests. If a test is expected to do something after, let's say, 10 minutes, you can first advance time by 10 minutes minus 1 millisecond, check if it isn't yet started, and then advance time a little bit more and check if it is started. Duration, as you can see, can be very nicely represented, which is great. But its another advantage is that it is extremely efficient. It is as efficient as it can be. So duration class is a JVM inline value class, which means that it's a wrapper over a single value, and during compilation it is replaced with that value. So duration is a wrapper over a long value. And so under the hood, if I decompile it, so tools, Kotlin, show Kotlin bytecode, I should be able to see that duration is represented as a long number. Yeah? If I pass duration all around our system, let's say I expect duration here, and I call this a function in a bunch of places. I should expect a long, yeah, not a duration, and a long should be passed as a duration to this function. So yeah, it's an extremely efficient representation. And there is a trick used under the hood because it can be very precise. So it can be represented as nanoseconds. But when we represent duration in nanoseconds, then we might have trouble expressing very big duration, large durations. So it can also be expressed in milliseconds. So there is like one bit specifying if it is expressed in milliseconds or nanoseconds, and rest expresses this value. Duration can be expressed directly. Duration can be, for instance, used on delay. When you have a coroutines suspending functions, you can say I want to wait 1 minute. Duration can also be created by measure time, measures execution time of a block of code. It gives you a duration in response. The same with measure timed value, which gives you both time and value. So they give you duration. I hope you deepened your understanding of duration, and whenever you need to express it in your code, you will use this standard library API appropriately. Have a happy Kotlin.